Paulette is our latest hurricane for the Atlantic collection for 2020. A Category 1 which is approaching the island of Bermuda and could affect the island with hurricane force winds. Currently at 30 degrees north, 62.2 degrees west, our latest estimate as of 1 PM Bermuda time. Here it is right now, 80 mile per hour winds, a pressure of 976 millibars moving northwest, CDPS stage 4 on this, mainly due to the wind speed and wind field. Looking at Bermuda for Monday morning, the early hours in particular is when this storm will really start to push through. You'll already see effects from this storm tonight, but Monday especially. Stage 4 there on the CDPS. As mentioned, rain not quite as much of a threat. We're expecting maybe up to 4 or 5 inches, but the wind and the wind field, you can see it already just about reaching the island potentially, and that will continue to make its effects felt throughout this afternoon and evening. So you can see it's already quite close. It's 217 miles from Bermuda itself, 851 miles from Cape Hatteras, those looking out towards this storm, 913 from Cape Cod, 1011 from Halifax, and 1310 from St. John's in Atlantic Canada. A small chance it could end up going that way, but not likely at the moment. Hurricane warning for Bermuda. Estimated winds right now, ADT going at opposite ends of the scale there. SSEC saying tropical storm is clearly stronger than that. NOAA suggesting it could even be a Category 2. It's 80 miles an hour officially, probably maybe could be a little bit higher than that. There it is now on the National Hurricane Center's forecast cone. They are expecting it to briefly reach major hurricane status now. That's on Tuesday after it passes Bermuda. So the island will be experiencing a strengthening hurricane at this point, and we expect that it will be a gradual strengthening phase throughout until we get to Tuesday when it peaks, levels off, and then it starts to take that trend down again. National Hurricane Center think it will turn post-tropical out over the northern Atlantic. Here's a animation showing the total precipitable water, so you can quite clearly see the hurricane's influence there. It starts to lose its moisture plume as it heads up towards those cooler waters, but it's still traceable as it drifts eventually towards the southeast and could go on to affect the Azores. And also you can see on that loop there, Tropical Depression 20L becomes that dominant hurricane out in a similar area actually next week. That's something to watch out for in the long range. But as for Paulette, after Bermuda, the next port of call will probably be the western Azores. It's got a good chance. Here it is right now. You can see the models taking it through Bermuda there as a significant hurricane, probably Category 2 or high-end Category 1, shooting off towards the northeast there. Tropical storm force winds look like they'll stay offshore the east coast of North America, and then eventually, whether it's still a tropical storm or not, the GFS thinks it will reach western and the wind shear really reaching a low ebb very shortly in the later part of today, so that's not good news for Bermuda there. Its best chance for intensification is right now. Sea surface temperatures warm, 28 degrees plus relative humidity. That might be the stopping point for this storm from rapid intensification at least. Well, here it is right now on the satellite imagery, the geocolor. You can see its visible structure certainly getting a lot better throughout today. The northeastern side still appears to be the weakest, or maybe wrapping around to the northern side now, but the southern areas there looking pretty good. Certainly intensifying rather slowly, but we're certainly looking at the possibility of this storm being a Category 2 by the time it reaches Bermuda, or a high-end Category 1. It will still produce very strong winds, and it could go on for many hours with a significantly sized wind field. We'll have more updates on this storm as it progresses.